How do you think North Korea is looking at these joint combined US-South Korea military exercises?
A lot of the exercises are geared towards, what if North Korea attacks South Korea? So the target of those exercises is really North Korea. So any country that sees that many large scale live fire exercises going on in its backyard is going to see it as a very provocative, very unsettling move. It is something they've complained about before. And especially when there's exercises included that involve decapitation, practicing targeting the leadership in North Korea.
And how have we seen relations develop or any attempts to resolve tension on the Korean Peninsula in the past couple of years?
Well, it's been a roller coaster, I'll tell you that. Even at the beginning of the Trump administration, right? It started out with sort of a promise for diplomacy. It quickly moved into fire and fury and all these bombastic responses from the United States. That certainly, if it didn't convince the North Koreans that a kinetic response was possible, it certainly convinced South Korea. And it made South Korea incredibly nervous. So we don't really have a strategy for how to rebuild diplomacy with the North Koreans. And instead, we're really focusing on how to keep the South Koreans happy in the meantime. And really catering to the alliance, catering to South Korea's anxieties with greater, with the changing geopolitical situation with U.S.-China relations, with a stronger North Korea.
With expected increased military activity on the peninsula and the aftermath of the summit from Camp David, where the United States, Japan, and South Korea are pledging for more cooperation, is there anything else that we could see or anything that we should be looking out for in the future?
The language that the North Koreans used to complain about it was basically mirroring what the Chinese were saying, right? And really talked about how this was a collective threat, to China, North Korea, and Russia. We need to get away from, looking at every single missile test and really obsessing over the technology of it, and really start looking at the broader geopolitical dynamics and how, what are the trends in the region? How is it changing? Where are we going with this?